Hello dear SAP colleagues and SAP friends. In today's video I would like to show you some ABAP Debugger trick and tips, and I hope they would be very useful for you if you're coding, if you're developing in ABAP. So let's start. The first thing that we need is a program from where we can start a debugger. And this would definitely be the last program that I developed for this YouTube channel. And this was a program in which we built an ALV grid, and this grid was editable. So actually the people who were executing the report were able to, or are able to make changes in the table, and these changes can be taken to the database layer. So basically, I will execute the transaction SE80, the ABAP workbench, and we have the report from the previous video already selected here by programs. I open the report, and this was the report which we developed last time. What we actually need now is just a breakpoint, and I would like to set the breakpoint exactly at the select where we select the data from the database table into the internal table, and I will execute the report. There is no selection screen, and so the report would be executed directly, and we are into the debugger, or in the debugger, so to say. From here we can do a lot of things, but in order to show you the first thing that I want to show you, we gotta click 2 times on the internal table so that the internal table comes to the variables. And what we can see is that the internal table has 16 columns but 0 rows, and that is why this is because we haven't executed a select here. We're just at it, so we make one step, and now we have 26 rows and 16 columns. So we can open the table from here, 2 times on the table, and this is it. The table is here. Well, actually the first thing that I want to show you is how can you select in this table in a way that is much more convenient. And actually the first thing I want to show is this button here, this hammer and this tool here. You can click on it, and it depends on what rows you have, what are your authorizations, so to say, in the system. But what you can do here is, for instance, one thing which I've been using a lot in production already is you can delete rows, and this can happen for just a moment. Let's say this one, delete mark rows, here is in German, but this one here. And now we haven't deleted anything, but if you want to delete a specific row, we can click on the row, then go on the button, and then say delete. Do we really want to delete it? I would say yes. And now we have 25. And this can be very useful in specific situations, you know? If you want to debug something very specific, if you want to remove a specific scenario, it is very nice to have it. And let's see what else we have. If I click once again on this button, there is one thing which I was using a lot in the past as well. But let's say, for instance, you can save this one, the whole table, into a Excel file on your computer. This is pretty amazing. You can show the table in ALV grid. Well, let's see this one. How about it? I think this is pretty beautiful, and from here you can export it, your table calculation, once again into Excel file if you need it. If you need something which is happening throughout the logic and you want to do it, it's pretty nice, pretty handsome, I would say, as well. Okay, and what else we have? Well, basically there is a search. you can search for something in a specific column. You can go to a specific row. You can, as we saw, extract the data into an Excel file or something. We also can do a column configuration. We can remove columns, we can add columns if there are some in the which are not shown, so to say. And basically, what else we have? We can delete. Well, this is actually one thing which I was using as well in production, and it's pretty beautiful, I would say. We can delete a specific section of the table. Let's do this one. And now we can delete from row to row, start row and end row. Well, basically, if I say I want to delete from 1 till 20, and okay, now I have just the last 5, you know. And if you want to debug something very specific, a specific scenario from this table, for instance, then you can just delete all the rows except the one that you need, and then just continue. And the data stays here into the logic, the data that you need. Okay, guys, this was, as I said, a video for tricks and tips. If you really liked it, you can write down this in the comment. If you want to know more about the debugger, you can ask me. I would definitely try to help you, and I would try to create a video which would be useful for you. So thank you once again. I will now end the application so that we can go back to the start point, and wish you all the best. Stay tuned, and till next time, friends.